When was that aha moment when you knew, and you kind of referenced it earlier, when you knew there was nothing else you could do in life, you had to do music? This was your future.
The aha moment? It was probably just, there was never one particular moment for me. It was just discovering that band Silverchair in Australia. That was probably like the kickstart thing. But I think it was just that, you know, like you go to school, which is a great thing, yes, do school.
Yes.
But once you finish, it's kind of like when you're that young, you don't know what the rest of your life's gonna look like, and it's very hard to like decide at that age. You know what I mean? But for me, it was, I think that moment was the fact that there was no question. I just wanted to do it, and we just did it, kind of thing. So, yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I like what she said. I don't. There's, you know how life goes. There's never really. Sometimes there is. You have an epiphany or whatever. But I think with a lot of musicians, you kind of go through like phases, and you have experiences that are like stick out, and you always remember those experiences, and then they grow into what ultimately becomes what you do, I guess. You know.
So while you got the mic down there, Mark, I'll ask this question to you. What do you guys consider to be your biggest accomplishment, either as a band or individually?
I don't know.
That's a good thing about having a group interview. You don't have to be the only one.
I guess still being asked to play festivals like today.
No, that's a great point,
and,
absolutely, because that says you're good.
I think that's
you're
the
worthy.
biggest thing, just to be able to, you know, put out records and then tour them and let everyone hear them and see them live. I think that's what every band loves, you know, playing your songs live and sharing the experience with your fans, basically.
I think it's a great one. So here's a question for you. It's really offbeat. What makes you guys lose your sense of humor? Anybody who first thing comes to your mind?
What makes us do that?
Not as a band, it could be as an individual. I love this question because I think it shows a lot of who you are as a person.
I have a strange thing that when I don't get enough sleep, this is probably for everybody, but something strange happens in my brain and I get really like cranky and I can't control it. I'm just like, I'm just in a really bad mood.
How about you, Ryan?
I mean, just kind of general life stresses, I guess, you know? Because, I mean, we're always like an upbeat band. Like, we're you know, but we're pretty low-key. We're not crazy, you know, whatever. But we always, I think humor is everything in life, whether it's a relationship or a band is a marriage, too. But, you know, so we always try to have a sense of humor because that's just what we do, and we're goofy like that. But, yeah, you know, I mean, just different stresses in life. I mean, you know, adulting things like that sometimes happen. But
so I like this next.
Got to get serious for a minute.
I like this next question. So I'm curious how you're going to answer
Uh-oh.
this. How did you guys and lady name this band? I love it. There's got to be a story to how you came up with the name.
If I'm being completely honest, which I want to be honest, there really wasn't a great story. It was just, when we were in high school, there was a list of really terrible names, and then Sick Puppies was part of it, and it just seemed a little like, it just seemed really immature, yet memorable. And then we were always meaning to change it, because we were like, it's kind of dumb, and then we never changed it.